Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you want to be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Have you ever gotten to the end of your regular jog and thought, gosh, that was easy. Maybe the 2022 Brisbane Olympics are in your sights. Surely your current skills will easily transfer over to the track at the Olympics. Well, we're here to tell you to believe, because the journey from recreational jogger to Olympic gold medalist sits firmly within the realms of possibility. Through the process of motor skill transfer, you can apply a skill you have previously learned to a new context, taking yourself from Cal Night to the big lights.
While it may seem intuitive that you could easily transfer from your riverside run to the PSYC track, it's important to consider whether transfer of the motor skill will be near or far. According to Thorndike and Woodworth, it is far easier to achieve near transfer when the context that the skill is learned and practiced in is similar to that in which it will be performed. Luckily for you, researchers have found certain principles that you can apply to help in the transfer of a motor skill.
So, to most effectively transition from sidewalk shuffler to track superstar, your training must be conducted within a context like that in which you expect to perform, facilitating near transfer of your skill. Ryan and Chechi further emphasize the importance of context in transfer, outlining 6 key contexts to consider when transfer is desired: knowledge domain, modality, and functional, physical, temporal, and social context. Out of these 6, physical context will be the most important when it comes to running. For physical context, while training regularly on a suburban footpath may help you build fitness and develop your skill, near transfer may be achieved by moving to an environment more like the competition track, improving the transfer of your skill come race day. Now, if you've considered contextual factors, you might be wondering, how do I ensure that the skills I practice in training show themselves in front of the roaring Brisbane crowd?
Schmidt and Lee provide 3 key tips that will help take you from pounding the pavement to leading the pack on the track. The first is to point out similarities or differences among skills during the cognitive stage of skill development. This ties in with Fitz and Posner's model of skill acquisition, which states that the first stage of learning is cognitive, primarily consisting of declarative facts. Key similarities between your recreational training and the competitive domain would include selecting appropriate shoes and attire for the conditions, warming up and warming down, and running style. The key differences are coping with other athletes running around you, understanding the concepts of pacing, or having spectators watch you run. By identifying these similarities and differences in the early stages of your skill development, you can adapt your training to best develop your mental representation of the skill. This will allow you to easily transfer the skills learned in training to race day.
The second tip is to use verbal cues to emphasize transfer. Verbal cues may be provided through learned mantras such as knees up, toes up, to remind you to best position your foot to absorb impact when striking the ground. These verbal cues will best facilitate transfer of your learned skills to the competitive domain.
Finally, by deliberately varying your running practice around the aspects that differ from race to race, you can create a more robust schema to best transfer your performance to race day, no matter what the condition. While keeping your training to what you're familiar with may be more comfortable, remember near transfer is the goal. Variable training could include practicing on a different surface, at different times of the day, or in different weather conditions, as well as training at different altitudes. Not only will variable practice best prepare you for your near transfer of your skill on race day, it will also help to maintain your interest and motivation across your training schedule.
So, by optimizing your training context for near transfer and applying the techniques of cognitively differentiating your skills in performance and practice using both verbal prompts and variable practice, you've put yourself in the fast lane and it's straight for the Olympic podium. The only thing stopping you now is everyone else who has seen this tutorial.